Hey, it's Jay here from Ancient Art Second Colony, and I'm here today to show off what I got in the mail a couple days ago, and I've been checking out from Rock Solid Passions channel. She's an awesome girl over there, finding some amazing pieces of crystals and fossils and artifacts and other different geological specimens. Very interesting things. We're about to go over some of them, well, all of them, and yeah, she also she's got a large following, and a lot of them send her stickers. We'll start with Operation Four Paws, and then we have Ray and Sandy's woodworking, and Ozark Buck and his pay dirt bags over there. Interesting stuff. We got Magnetic North Adventures. He's a mudlarker. He finds some really cool stuff. And then over here, this is a real cool looking one here. Straight up metal detecting. We've got the empty pan, the vault coin collection, troubled one pay dirt, and we've got weld and carry. And thank you guys, for voting, and everyone else who voted, and because this was for the fall photo contest. I sent in a very nice picture when I was up in the White Mountains, of some mountains and a river and some forested land and a bunch of stones in the river. You can see some awesome Arkansas crystals that she digs up out of the ground. She either finds them in certain places, or she goes to pockets. You can see in the video, she'll go to pockets she finds, and she digs out these awesome crystals of all different sizes, and they've got these little inclusions in them that really show off this like brilliant color, and you can see all the terminations. We're going to get into that a little later, possibly in another video, because this might be kind of a long video, because I've looked at the faces under magnification, and it's very interesting how this crystal forms. It's unlike other quartz that I've seen that forms either horizontally or like diagonally, and it kind of forms in like these little pyramidal structures, almost like sapphires and rubies, how they have their face on them, like forms these little triangles, and they just keep building up. This is similar to that, but the triangle structure is a lot different. So a very interesting type of quartz. Very interesting artifacts as well. Seeing down here, there's a nice scraper slash cutting edge for some leather work and preparing your catch. Here's a nice drill piece. Should be in my other hand, and you can see where they napped. It's pretty worn down, but the patina is there and it's napped down. And you would hold it like this and turn it like this, and you can see how when you turn it in one direction it cuts, just like a regular saw, and when you turn it the other direction it cuts. So it's like cut instead of spin to cut. like a drill today. This is like back and forth cutting. So it's very interesting. It shows that it was for back and forth cutting. And this one here, like I said, is it's like a mini hide scraper, and then also to cut tendons, ligaments, leather, string even. And then you can see how it was formed, the pattern of it, kind of like that crescent pattern. You can see the napped edges. And it's bi-faced. So it's a very, I believe, a very old piece. It being bi-faced. See, it only has that one napped edge going this way, and on this end, they only have little tiny touch-ups. It's not fully napped down, so I think it's still considered a bi-face. I mean, a uni-face at that point. And you've got some of these other likewise tools for, I believe this is also an artifact. The way it's designed and cut and manipulated to be just a little, kind of like a knife, like a little finger knife, like a finger blade. To show an example of something like that, I have one that I found here, this type. I find many different types, but this one here shows how you would hold it back here in the fingers, one of the fingers up here, and then this is the whole blade edge coming down like that. And it's also kind of bi-faced, even though it is slightly touched up on the back side. It's mostly worked from one side. So that's an observation that I always keep in mind, what technologies they used. There's a flake that looks like it was worked down into another little scraper, or it could have possibly been a point at one point and broke, and they worked it into a recycled tool. This material is very cool. I don't see much stuff like that around here at all, really. Supposedly it's around, but I haven't really found it. It's chert, and then there's a couple other chert pieces up here. I believe that might be chert as well. It's like kind of more of a rough stone, unworked, but it doesn't have any modern breaks on it at all. So it could be like a preform or some other type of artifact, or just a rock, but it's been like this for a very long time. You can see one little break right there, like a newer break on that side, possibly right there as well. But this is a very old stone. It's got some veins running through it, so possibly sedimentary material. It could have even been, I don't think this one was, I think this is more like the matrix stone. But some of these other ones are very interesting because they look like fossils, like, and they're like heavier, like you can like feel the weight in some of these. And these ones also don't seem to have any modern breaks on them. And some of them I can tell are rock art. And a lot of them have crystal growth. Right here, there's some crystal growth in there. Some druzy pockets. This is kind of like a big, nice piece of druzy on both sides. This might be broken from a bigger piece, or when pulled out of the ground, maybe it was like kind of slate in there, kind of with veins running through it. like little air pockets to make these. Or maybe it was like a cache, like a bunch of buried stones for, like artifacts, and some of these, like to bury them, and then if they were in these conditions where they make these types of crystals, and they were in the ground long enough and under the right conditions, they'd recrystallize, like the artifacts themselves would recrystallize. I think that's what happened with this piece here. The druses covering the entire piece, and there's not really any modern breaks except for possibly this edge right here could have come down, and then around here like that might be a break, and the very tip, that right there, could be a break. But the rest of the piece is a very interesting shape in Paleolithic tools, especially with the barb on the side, which I find examples of that here on the East Coast, like a point with a barb on one side, and sometimes just add an angle, which this one's at an angle. So that was a very interesting piece, and this is of the same make. It doesn't look like it, but it follows the same shape, and it's just a lot thicker. It's a slightly different material. This looks like it has some more, I don't know, like ochre or something, like clay material in it, and with the crystals running through it. So that also looks like somewhat of a worked piece just because of the shape and how it folds over like this. It possibly makes a face over here. You get the triangle there, and then you see it divots in here and it divots in here, just like this other piece over here that I was explaining. How it has those two divots down the bottom right there, and then the point up top. And you can see it's like an edge. This one looks uni-faced on both sides, which is interesting. More from one side than the other as usual, but it's interesting to see them, the styles that bleed over into other styles. But yeah, I'm going to make a whole other video for these crystals, because I'm going to put them under some magnification and really show them. And some of these other crystal pieces that have large crystal veins in them, and I think some of them, like this one here, is also an artifact by its design. And right here, I think this part of it might be a fossil on the bottom, or the whole thing could be a fossil, I'm not sure. There's just crystal running through some of these pieces, and then also regrowing over some of the broken pieces, like the smaller druzy, over time, like it was reburied and then it's still crystallized. You see some big crystals over here, and then it probably would have continued, and then it recrystallized with these smaller druzies. That's my impression. So I think some of this could be paleo art that recrystallized in some cases. Very interesting. She knew exactly what to send me. This stuff's right up my alley. Look at this piece here. It also feels and looks like a fossil, a fossilized bone that's been worked. And then it's got some crystal growth on it right there. Such cool pieces. I think I see a bird up top, a bird head. Looks like a head right there, like a crow or something. So yeah, there's a lot of cool pieces like that. This one here as well has crystal. Did I just show this one? Was that the other one? Yeah, I showed that. That's real cool how they do that. This one here, you can tell is an effigy stone. And you hold it like this, you can see the birds, and you can see like a face with the headdress and the hair. And when you turn it different ways, it makes other Paleolithic animals. It's always something to look out for. Paleolithic motifs. Some very good ones in this piece right here. I think this piece is amazing. And it's got the crystals in it. You can see right there. I'm trying to get them to focus a little better. I think that piece is really cool. This piece, I don't know if this is like petrified wood or something. It really looks like it. Look on this side. You can see how it would look like rough, kinda. And then this side is a break. So this could be natural, or this could be an artifact. I'm not too sure. I'd have to take a real close look at this one. Look at that. Looks like bark or something, doesn't it? That's why I'm thinking petrified wood on that piece. Amazing piece. I mean, I'm on the fence about this one. Like, this is like too good to be an artifact. But it really, really is like ergonomic and looks like it. I don't know if this is one of those like recrystallized pieces or just a ceremonial piece that I made out of this material. Or if it's just a geofact, but it really, I don't know, this one's like screaming out to me for some reason. And that's all the time I have for right now. And then, yeah, thanks to all these guys too. And Rock Solid Passion, your channel's so cool, it's so fun to watch. You make all the episodes so fun to watch. And your lives are really cool. And watching you dig out these amazing crystals and look at this guy, how he stands up. I almost missed him, but that just feels and looks like a fossil to me. But look at that. So is that looks like a worked fossil or something, or a worked bone that fossilized. It looks like a couple of different things, like a snake head at some angles. It's cool how it stands up like that. Yeah, these pieces are so cool, and I can't really wait until I can explain these guys better and show them under magnification. Because these pieces are really special, really special. This piece here, I believe, also to be an artifact. It's got the most amazing crystals like running all over it and growing all over it. And the faces it makes are just really cool. Yeah. So thank you again, Rock Solid Passion. You guys even sent me a little Christmas card. That was cool. Thank you, Eileen and Lane. Thank you very much. And I'll be back with another episode showing these guys. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye.